everybody. I'm bringing greetings from DeKalb County's Human Services Department. I am Damon Scott, the director, and I'm excited to be part of something of this magnitude, especially during this pandemic, where kids are needing to go to college, needing to be exposed to other opportunities, and to get on and some college campuses and learn what's out there. And through College AIM and the partnership with Youth Services, we are able to do that. So I'm excited to be attached to one of my favorite things, which is promoting opportunities for kids and youth to learn and also see what higher education can do. I'm going through this, and having gone through it once before with my daughter, who went to North Carolina A&T. As you see, I have my shirt on and my hat representing at North Carolina A&T. And I'm going through it again, and I'm registered for this event because I also have a high school junior who's going to college, and we're going to be participating in this event because he has to get ready for college in a year and a half or so. So again, I want to say thank you, and I want to say a big shout out to Kristen Wimberly, the coordinator, Jay Sean Williams, who is the manager of Office of Youth Services. I'm excited about the partnership with AIM and College AIM and getting kids in these virtual tours and youth exposed to higher education. I want to thank CEO Thurman, the administration, Zach Williams, and of course our Board of Commissioners for supporting this event, and because we couldn't do it without them. And I want to say thanks again for this partnership and everything that's going to come with it. Have a great day, and go college, go college, go college.
Good evening. My name is Sam Alenikoff, and I'm the founder and executive director of College AIM. I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming you to the 6th annual Metro Atlanta College Access Conference. Thank you for joining us this year in the virtual setting. I imagine that we are all pretty zoomed out at this point, but I promise you this event will be worth your while. College AIM launched the Metro Atlanta College Access Conference, or MACAC as we like to call it, in 2015 to connect wonderful families and students representative of this great city with some of the top colleges and universities from across Atlanta, across the state of Georgia, and across the country. This year, College AIM is excited to join forces with the DeKalb Human Services Department Office of Youth Services to host our first ever virtual conference, and we're so glad to have you with us. Before we get started, I want to extend a huge thank you to my team at College AIM, to Joanne Santavasi, our Associate Director, who has done all of the behind the work scenes to make tonight happen. She's a logistical superhero, and y'all have likely received at least an email or two from her. Thank you, Joanne, for everything to make tonight happen. To Jamesia Terry and Dr. Corey Sheffield, also on the College AIM team, thank you for helping to moderate discussions this evening, create workshops, and recruit amazing families and students to join. To the DeKalb Human Services Department Office of Youth Services, especially Kristen Wimberly and Jay Sean Williams, thank you so much. We're really, really lucky to call you partners in this work, especially for tonight's event. I want to use my time at the beginning of the conference to do two main things. First, I want to explain the logistics and timing of tonight's event. I know that virtual events can be tough, and I want to make this as straightforward as possible. Second, I want to talk a little bit about the colleges who are here and give you a couple tips on how to make the most of your evening. So to the first point, logistics. There are 4 parts of the evening. The first part is the welcome. That's from 6 to 6:15 p.m. and you're here now if you're watching this video. So kudos for finding your way here. Next, we're going to go into our first session from 6:15 to 7 p.m. The first session is all about navigating the admissions process. And when you registered for this conference, you selected a session either about community and technical colleges, 4-year colleges and universities in Georgia, or highly selective colleges, many of which will be out of state. After that first session about navigating the admissions process, we'll be moving into our second session, which will run from 7 to 7:45 p.m. That's going to be on a specific topic that you also chose prior to this conference when you registered. So that's going to be on a topic like scholarships or writing your college essay or being the first in your family to go to college. And again, you chose that topic when you registered. If there's another session that you didn't register for, but you also want to see, I get it. There are lots of great sessions here tonight. Don't worry. Everything is being recorded, so you can always come back and watch any of these sessions after the fact. To attend your sessions, kind of logistically speaking, just click the View Session link next to your sessions for that appropriate time, and you'll be admitted into the Zoom webinar for that session. Just to be clear, these first sessions are Zoom webinars, meaning you will not be on camera, so don't worry about what's going on in the background. We're not going to hear you. You can always chat in the chat box, but we don't want to put you on the spot. So don't worry, and don't feel like you have to go fix your hair or anything like that. We're not going to be able to see you for those first parts of the session. The final part of the evening is going to be our college fair, which will run from 7:45 until 9 p.m. To attend the college fair, just click the Visit Colleges button at 7:45 when it starts, or go to the menu at the top right of your screen and click the Live College Fair button. Once you click that, you'll be taken to a web page with all sorts of colleges listed. Click on the individual colleges there, and you'll hop into their virtual booths. In those virtual booths, you'll be able to do a video chat with the representative from the college. You'll be able to use a chat box where you can just text or type directly in if you don't want to see someone face-to-face. You'll be able to view a virtual campus tour and watch other videos about the college and just generally find out more information about the school. We're doing everything we can to take the regular college fair experience and put it online once you click onto those individual college links. I want to make a big announcement at this point about the college fair that students are going to want to hear. So students who click on at least 10 colleges at the college fair will be entered into a drawing for AirPods and other great prizes. The more colleges you click on and interact with, the higher your chances of winning. And the reason we're doing this is because we want to do everything we can to encourage you to interact with these colleges, because that's what will make this a valuable experience. Finally, because I know I've already been talking too much, I want to give you some tips on how to make the most of tonight. So the purpose of this conference is really to help students find the right college match and fit. And that means the right academic fit, the right social fit, and of course, and maybe most importantly, the right financial fit. So with that in mind, we don't really just invite any colleges and universities to MACAC, to this conference. We focus on schools that are going to provide financial support that our students deserve. So generally speaking, with that in mind, the colleges and universities that you'll meet tonight fit into one or maybe more of the following three categories. And those are, they're either going to be public colleges and universities in Georgia, where tuition is affordable for in-state students. Second, they might be historically Black colleges and universities, which have scholarship programs or partner with scholarship programs that are going to make the price tag work. Or lastly, they could be colleges that meet 100% of demonstrated need. That last one is kind of a little bit complicated. You may not have heard of that before, so I want to take a second to explain what that means. When a student applies to college, they have to fill out the FAFSA. I think a lot of us maybe have heard of the FAFSA. It's an online financial aid form. You're going to put a bunch of your family's financial information into it. And based on that, FAFSA is going to give your family, your student in particular, what's called an EFC, or expected family contribution. A lot of colleges just call it an EFC though. And this EFC that FAFSA is going to give you is just a number that says how much that they think your family can afford to pay for college each year. So for some students, that might be $0 because it's clear their family may not be able to pay anything towards college. That's completely fine. For other students, it may be hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars. It all depends on your family's financial situation. So going back to what I said before, if a college meets 100% of demonstrated need, that means that they're going to take a look at your EFC and they're going to ask you to pay just that amount. So if your EFC is $0, they're going to ask you to pay $0. If your EFC is $1,000, they'll ask you to pay that $1,000. And after that amount that they're asking you to pay, they're going to cover the rest of the cost with mostly grants and scholarships, which are free money. So if one of these colleges that meets 100% of demonstrated need costs, let's say $50,000, let's say your EFC is $1,000. They're going to say, come pay that $1,000. We'll give you the other $49,000 in grants and scholarships. We're going to cover that for you. Pretty good deal. Many, if not most, college AIM students end up having an EFC near zero. So that means that colleges end up giving our students, if a college meets full need, I should say, meets 100% of demonstrated need, they end up giving our students pretty much a full ride. So it's a good deal. All right, now I'm going to get to the tips for the conference. So first tip for the conference. When you interact with colleges today, don't just ask what scholarship programs they have. Also make sure to ask this exact question. Do you meet 100% of financial need? If they do, you're already going to know that they're probably a pretty good financial fit. I know a lot of students are worried about going out of state because they worry that it's too expensive, but if a college meets 100% of demonstrated need, you'll know they're going to make it work financially and they're going to give you all the money you need to make it work. Second tip for the conference. All right. So there are a number of schools at our conference that you might have never heard of, and that's completely fine. You've never been through the college search process before if you're a student, so you shouldn't have heard of all the colleges in the world. There are over 3,000 in the country. So it's okay that you haven't heard of all of them. But don't rule them out just because you don't know their names. If they're here, it means they're likely a good financial fit for you in some capacity. Many of them are going to meet 100% of demonstrated need. So make sure to visit them at the college fair and learn about the great opportunities, financial and otherwise, that they have and that they can provide for you. I promise you it's going to be worth it. Last tip I have for you today. Most of the college representatives at the fair are the same people who are going to read your application if you choose to apply to their school. But they read thousands of applications every year, and that makes it kind of tough for them. But if they know you, you have an in. You're not just going to be a number in a pile of applications, but you're a person that they want to try to admit if they know you and they can remember you. So with that in mind, here are a few things that you can do to make them remember you. Number one, meet as many college representatives as you can and ask them questions about their school. If you ask them good questions, they're going to remember you. Second, ask for their contact information and follow up with the representatives from the colleges that you're actually interested in them. They'll definitely remember you if you send them an email afterwards telling them what you liked about their school and that you plan to apply. And if you have any follow-up questions, it's a great time to ask them as well. Finally, when you get emails from a school, open those emails and do the things that they're going to ask. Students, you should be checking your email daily at this point because colleges are sending you important information and it's a good habit to get into for the rest of life. Colleges use a system when they send emails so that they can actually see if you've opened up that email. And they care if you're opening them. They care if you're responding. So please make sure you're doing that. It's going to give you a leg up in the college process. All right. Those are my tips. That's all I've got. At this point, you've definitely heard enough from me. So I'm going to get out of the way and I'm going to pass the mic over to Jay Sean Williams from the DeKalb Human Services Department, Office of Youth Services. He's going to give us some final insight before the rest of the conference gets underway. I hope you have a wonderful time at MACAC 2020.
Hey, Sam. Thanks so much for passing it along to me. Hello, everyone. My name is Jay Sean Williams, and I'm the Division Manager of the Office of Youth Services for the Human Services Department. I would like to say welcome. And as you can see on my screen, Northeastern University in Boston, Massachusetts. Today, I have the very distinct honor to talk about and drill home some things that we really want you to emphasize and take advantage of during this conference today. And the number one thing is exploring your options, making sure you have all the questions that you need answered from these colleges and universities, such as, where's the school located? Is it in the city or is it in a rural area? How many students are on this campus? Is it large classes? Is it small classes? Does it even have my major? What are the activities on campus? And do you have fraternities and sororities on campus as well? So making sure you get all those answers from these colleges as well. Another one we want to drill home is finding out the differences between free money, borrowed money, and earned money. Free money, scholarships and grants. How can I get the most of that? Borrowed money, how can I take the least amount of that? And also earn money. How can I make money on college campus, providing the university a service? So making sure you take this time out and ask these colleges and universities all these questions will further your path and your journey. So thank you, and we hope you enjoyed today's virtual conference.